beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Forum, assemble. You're watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, stick with us. We'll be take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, he is our riddle inside of an enigma trapped in Chinese finger cuffs. You don't know him. You love him anyway. He's our silent assassin, Jay.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, indeed? Next, he is our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cowl. He is our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
Yeah, it's me.
Yes, it is you.
Sorry, I have to check if my mic is on.
I'm happy that you checked. Next, he is the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh invulnerable brawler and resident strongman, Moses Magnum.
Yeah, me.
Yes, you're you. I agree. Yeah,
I'm
you're
here.
you. You're here. He's here. He's here. There it is. As for myself, my name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mary Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. We do have a great show for you today because we are going to be talking to you all about the newest Marvel television show, Wonder Man. We're going to be also talking to you all about the new FX show, The Beauty, as well as the initial comics that provide the source material for that show. So we're going to be talking about all that. And of course, whatever else it is that you all want to talk about, and we'll tell you how it is you can do that in just a moment. But before we do, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, because without him, the show would not exist. So thank you, Scott Rubin. Hope all is well with you, good sir. And with that said, if you want to get down with Fantastic Forum, all you got to do is go to fantasticforum.live, and you can go ahead and hit the call-in button, and you will be the fifth member of Fantastic Forum. If you're a little shy and don't want to jump that far into the show, letting your face be seen, letting your voice be heard, you can always hit us in chat, and we'll take your comments out of chat and bring them into the show, whether that be through YouTube or Twitch, wherever you are. Go ahead and feel free to chime in the chat room, and we'll go ahead and acknowledge that as part of the show as well. Gentlemen, it's good to be here with you all. We got a lot to cover, but one thing that we should mention real quick before we do that, there's a Masters of the Universe trailer that came out this past week. What did you all think? How are you all feeling about it? Yeah. Look, let me come to you first, Mo. What do you think of Masters of the Universe?
They messed it up because it's
Mm.
like they don't have the little dude with that little blender like piano thing with the
The
little
little
spikes.
dude with the blender piano thing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think of little dudes in Masters of the Universe, I automatically go to Orko, but that's not who you're talking
No,
about,
but
is
I'm
it?
talking about because the original movie had that little dude with the little machine, and that's kind of
Oh, you're talking about
that little
like the
troll
friggin'
guy.
Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe,
Well,
like the
yeah,
80s
because this
joint.
is a remake of that, right?
I don't know.
I mean, it only makes sense that that's it because it takes place on Earth. You know,
Ah,
like like cartoon didn't take place on Earth.
I would agree with you on that.
So
However,
this is a remake of that.
mm, okay,
Other than
I
that, it
don't know
looks
what.
great.
What do you think? What do you think, Joe? Is this looking like a remake of the Dolph Lundgren? Is it 80s or
No,
90s that Masters Universe came out?
I
I
don't
don't even
remember
know.
when it came
I don't
out.
remember. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. What are you thinking, Jay? Is looking like a remake? And if it's not, what do you think of this version?
No, it's not a remake. And I don't know. I don't like that any part of it takes place on Earth.
Mm, got you. Got you. Like we can have a He-Man, and he could just be in Eternia.
Right.
Okay. Look, you co-sign that, Oz? What are you thinking about it?
Yeah, same. I get what they're trying to do, but if it's more than 10, 15 minutes on Earth at the beginning,
Oh, wait, you lost. Wait, I lost that last part. Did you all hear it?
Yeah, no,
No.
his mic kind of cut off or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. What's going on with your mic? Say it one more time.
I said it. I
Oh,
understand
perfect.
what they're doing. What?
No, I
Oh,
said perfect. I said you sound great. Sheesh, man. What's wrong? Take the win, Oz. You're like I'm not criticizing you. I'm
You're
saying you
watching too
sound
much
great.
He-Man. He's already ready to fight. He's pouncing
Continue,
like
Oz.
Battle Cat.
Go ahead, Oz.
I don't want it to be more than like 15 minutes on Earth at the beginning if they're gonna
Oh,
do what they're trying to do. Even that feels like a lot, but
yeah. Good luck with
it's
that.
Hollywood.
If we could only be so lucky.
It's possible.
It's possible. It's just unlikely. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's gonna be a lot of Earth because it very well may not be a whole bunch of Earth. But if it's not at least 20 minutes, I feel like they would be like, we should just leave that out then. you
Yeah,
know?
I really do like the design of everything. Like it all looks really good.
Yeah, Earth
Dude,
looks real.
my man looks amazing as He-Man.
Yeah.
And then what you said? What Skeletor looks real? Is that what you said?
I said Earth looks real.
Oh, Earth looks real. You're so
He
crazy.
looks a little small as He-Man, but it's I mean without like a ton of roids, it's kind of hard
Yeah.
to get
I
that
mean,
Schwarzenegger Mr. Olympia body.
But like even his body ain't even that because it's disproportionate. 'Cause he's shorter and stocky almost, but
yeah.
really buff. Yeah,
Like
he's not
if you saw,
Yeah,
like we've seen dudes in real life that look like He-Man and they
yeah,
look weird.
yeah.
Like don't
They
get me
can't
wrong.
even
We
move.
understand.
Like they can't swing a
Yeah,
sword.
right.
Yeah.
100%. Like it wouldn't look. Well, listen, real talk. Like He-Man could barely swing a sword in the
Yeah.
like the toy. The toy was not articulated, and then he did his thing in the cartoon, obviously, but the cartoon wasn't as big as the toy either.
How do you feel that he has pronouns?
Listen,
A lot
I
of
think
people
that's
complained online about that.
That's stupid. That's
eh,
obviously a joke.
exactly
He's
right. It's
He-Man. He's
He-Man,
working in
right?
the HR department. Like that's standard these days. And he's miserable sitting in that desk too. It's not like he's like,
hmm
oh, let's discuss our feelings or anything. No, he's like, man, I want to go back to Eternia, which is what I was thinking when I was watching the trailer.
Which it's funny too, like when you mention like if he was a little bigger as He-Man, like kind of like the toy, working in the office, he's like, "Oh, let me grab this pencil," and it just snaps because he's like, even when he like activates his powers, like he's still buff, like you know.
hmm
Yeah, when he was struggling
Yeah,
pulling that sword, it's like I believe it.
that's fair. That's fair. So, but I mean, I will say, like, all the stuff that does happen in Eternia looks really cool. Like, I mean, we got to see friggin' uh
Dude.
Cringer, or I guess it's Cringer at that point because he didn't have any armor on, right?
Yeah, Cringer could have been a little greener.
I mean, okay, but
Still
still,
kind
like,
of
it looks
orangey. He looks
good.
weird.
Let's put it like this: if I had just seen that animal by itself, I would assume it was Cringer.
How you feeling
Which
about Morbius Skeletor?
I mean, the little I saw, I liked.
It looked
So
good. I just hope I gotta hear the voice.
yeah, yeah. But I honestly, I believe
He could do
in
that voice.
Jared
That's what he
Leto's.
did to Joker.
But no, really, like I believe in Jared Leto's ability to do a good Skeletor. Like I feel like he was yeah.
I
Joker was more Skeletor than it was Joker.
I'm conflicted because I wanna hear him do the voice, but I also don't want him to speak because he looks so good.
That's hilarious. It's interesting though because like Jared Leto's a good actor. Like I think
Yeah.
people forget that because he's in all these bad movies, but he's a good
But
actor.
a lot of his good acting stuff too was playing off of other good actors too in good movies,
hmm
you know,
Right.
and we haven't really had that for him too much in these new higher budget movies. You know, like
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. So it'll be interesting to see, but no, I can't knock it. I mean, so far, except for the Earth stuff. I agree. Like in my mind, I'm like, looking at like we saw what was it, Cringer. It was uh Man
Fisto.
at Arms, Fisto. Right, exactly.
Man at
But
Arms
was
is
it?
a little like I like Idris Elba, but all right, I let it go. Not that
I
big of a
mean,
deal.
I wouldn't
too
have
bad you didn't
cast.
like Wonder Man.
Wait. Wait. Hold on. We'll get there. We'll get there. Look, but
Transition.
I know, but friggin' Idris Elba. Uh, while I wouldn't necessarily have cast him as Man at Arms, he looks good as Man at Arms.
Yeah, in the costume he looks great.
Yeah, like even like rocking the mustache and everything. I'm like, wow, like that is great. Like I would not have. That would not have been a choice I made, but that would have. Yeah, look, and then they showed what Robo was it Robo Man? Is that Robo Man? Is that how you say it, or was it Robot Man? I don't remember. Any of you all remember?
I think it was Robo Man.
I think it's Robo Man. But I was just like, dude, like I'm like of all like that's a at least to me, I feel like that feels like a deep cut. Like I don't feel like everybody that's making a He-Man movie or even people that are He-Man fans, like they're not going to Robo Man.
More than like
So
fuck, now I forget his name. I want to say Beast Boy, but that's wrong.
there's a
Oh.
Beast Man, right?
I wanted to say that too, but it didn't sound right for some reason.
Yeah, he's
No,
one of the
that's right.
bad guys.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
in it.
he's one of the bad guys,
Who
but
is-
yeah,
look,
yeah.
they put
But
Fisto in it. I'm happy. He's gonna be fisting everything.
Yeah.
here's hoping.
He's gonna make
I
him
know.
learn those pronouns.
I want him to tell somebody, "I'm going to fist you."
Yeah, so but anyway, so it'll be interesting to see, and I don't did it say what the release date was?
June, I think.
June. Wow,
Man.
that's crazy.
Just show the movie already.
Just showed a movie already. Okay.
Yeah, it does
Look.
have really good casting. Like I can't complain about that.
Yeah, I would agree. So we'll see. I'm sure we'll see more and we'll be able to dissect it more
Does
as
Jay
time
hate
goes
the
on.
fact that Tila's wearing pants?
No, that's fine.
I know you hated
There
that
it
with
is.
Adam Eve.
I did.
But he liked Adam Eve better.
Adam Eve's not even wearing pants. at, at worst, she's wearing biker shorts, right? Like
It's too much.
It's like her
It's
dad
too
didn't
much.
it's like her dad didn't like her swimsuit, made her put some biker shorts under.
Jay's like, I can't see any hairs. It's like, geez, Jay, calm down, Fred. Calm down. And all right. Look, let's jump to Wonder Man. You all ready to do that?
I was trying,
Yeah.
but
You He's like, I was trying. There it is. We're doing it. Okay. Wonder Man. It's the latest MCU project friggin' for TV. I guess that's important. It is under the Marvel Spotlight banner, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think the only other thing that had that was Echo, right? I think.
What did
So
Werewolf by Night have?
it was something. It's Marvel like feature presentation or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's
that.
like their horror division or something. Suppose. Okay.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, it had like I think a scary kind of thing, but they change their studio thing all the time. But I think like feature presentations are different because they're like single. Like I can't remember what the other one of those was. They had another one. I can't remember what it was, but I think the spotlight's different because it's like multiple episodes and such.
well, I think
So
what separates the spotlight ones is that it specifically is it's a TV one that doesn't you can watch on its own, like without having watched anything else.
yeah, that is definitely a big feature of it. I agree. Where um, they want you to be able to like not have to necessarily do anything else in the MCU to appreciate this particular piece of what's happening. So yeah, I like you got that spot on, Mo. Um, so with that said, who wants to tell us what Wonder Man was about? Anybody feeling particularly Henri?
How far did you guys get? Because they put out the whole thing.
I watched it all.
Well, yeah, of course you
I,
would.
I know. Hey, don't be mad at me for being able to be thorough. I know, but you know, yeah, it's 8 episodes, but they're like half an hour. So
25 minutes.
are
There,
they
there is
25
there
minutes?
is like a lot of credits.
There's 5
Oh,
minutes of
really?
credits. Yeah,
I,
and even the
but
credits.
they're like
even
34
with,
minutes, right?
no, even in the credits, it's 29 minutes. So they're like 23 minutes, 24 minutes.
How are there so many credits? The movie's like the show's basically 2 people.
Well, yeah, like,
Yeah. So, you said how's it what? Because there are only 2 people? What?
How are there so many credits?
Oh,
I need to get to listen to the show.
they play
You're
all.
hilarious.
There's literally like 6 minutes of credits. It's like,
Okay.
and
Okay.
even like feature films have that take like years to make and have like after credit scenes and a mid credit scene. You know.
Okay. Well, listen. Are the credits the most interesting part of the whole show?
I don't think there's anything interesting about
Interesting
the show.
enough that
Yeah.
it's like 10 minutes of a 35-minute episode.
The credits might be the most interesting thing about this show.
Well, okay. And why is that, Moses?
Well, I mean, I thought I was watching a superhero show. Like,
Okay. Well, listen.
instead, I'm just
Expound.
watching. I mean, look, it works for Jay. Like, no, like it's just like I'm watching like the Entourage, like the first episode of Entourage, like this dude trying to make it. You know, at least in Entourage, he's already successful, so there's a bunch of naked chicks running around. But it's like it's literally like watching this dude like get his career going, like, and then he gets mad, and then like supposedly he has powers, but I think it was just an earthquake in L.A.
That's what I thought the first time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, dude, he just got dumped and he had an earthquake. What?
And then even like none of his journey trying to be an actor is even fleshed out good enough in these tiny little episodes. And then that douche, like that guy is like, if that dude tried to get me to be a fucking snitch for law enforcement, like literally, like you could hear it in his voice. He's like, "Hey, I need you to do this," and I could just be like, "Fuck you," and then he'd be like, "Okay, I'm sorry." You know, like they got the worst law enforcement dude over here, and I don't even know what agency he's with, but I think
Damage
it could
control.
melt. Yeah. But yeah, it's like, so yeah, I was like, I didn't enjoy it. Like I was gonna watch it all because I'm like, finally, like they do it all at once, because that's my biggest complaint with these, you know, especially
Is your biggest complaint?
when I like them, you know. So and now it's like, dude, like after this, I didn't even finish the second episode. I'm like, I'm turning this shit off. Like I'm gonna go watch like prepper YouTube videos.
So the major complaint is that one, you were hoping for a superhero show and it wasn't that.
Yeah, I mean,
2,
Wonder Man is a superhero.
Yeah, he is also an actor though.
Yeah, but he was a super. Well, again, it's not following the comics, so what do I care? Like, it's not doing it like the comics did. The comics, he was like, you know, he became a superhero after the, you know, his stint of. He became an actor after his stint as heroics and other shit. You know, so it's like I want to see that character. Yeah.
Did you see the black
Like
and
I
white
didn't even
episode?
care that he was black. Like I know I had an issue with the issue with the casting, because it's like I feel like that dude's a really good actor and he could be better utilized.
You talking about Yahya Abdul Mateen?
Yeah. But he could be better utilized in the MCU as a better character, like especially how they did this show. Yeah, like I mean, maybe he could still be a good Wonder Man. And, you know, after watching this, I was like, I was even sold on that. But he's just not. They're just not doing a Wonder Man story for me. Like,
okay. No,
No,
that's
did you get
interesting.
to the black and white episode?
He did not.
No.
Because
No, he said he didn't. He
that's
didn't even finish
exactly
he didn't
that's what
finish the
you
second
just
episode.
described. Is the doorman episode? That's like a whole different. That's a whole one shot,
Yeah, see, they should have started with that.
and it's the same thing. Dude gets
It's not
superhero.
about him.
Dude gets powers, becomes an actor, all kind of stuff. That was actually a decent.
So that's the Wonder Man story.
Yeah,
And it's just
basically.
not Wonder. It's not Simon.
No, and they call
Yeah,
him
what the
doorman.
fuck? I don't need to watch that shit. That's like some ABC shit giving me some fake ass superheroes when I could read good superheroes in the comics. Yeah,
Well, listen, nobody here is going to tell you don't like read comics over.
I know,
or
but you
don't
know
read
what I
comics
mean.
over
That was the
watching.
argument I used to have when all these shows are making superhero shows where it's like they're just knocking off real superheroes. You know?
Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't say that the Doorman episode is the actual Wonder Man story, just because
It's
I
more
read
like what Mo
comics.
described.
It is closer to what he described, definitely. Like because
But that's a vague
dude-
way of even telling a Wonder Man story. There's a whole lot of he's got a brother, like
Mhm.
his energy gets dispersed because his power is more than just earthquakes. You know? Like it's
His-
like ionic energy, and he's like
yeah,
almost like, yeah, man, they ain't showing me shit in the whole 40 minutes. They didn't show me shit. Look,
I mean, it's definitely a slow burn of a story in regards to him and his powers.
I can
It's
understand
more
a slow burn in a series that's where episodes are like, you got 24 episodes and it's a 35-minute show with commercials. I get it. You're trying to hook people in. In an 8-minute one where they're like 15 minutes an episode, 22 minutes an episode, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, listen, I'm pretty sure you're
That's
given
not a
that.
slow burn. That's just like
It-
that shit's
it's
like,
like-
wet. It's a wet noodle.
Nah, listen. Okay, if the episodes are as short as you say, which they're not, but let's say they were, you're basically you're talking about it's broken up like a movie then. And you didn't watch the whole movie. You watched the first third of it.
Yeah, right. Like,
And you're like, it didn't go anywhere. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, you didn't finish
His
it.
call to adventure should have happened like at the 10-minute mark of the second episode, and that didn't
I don't
happen.
think so. I don't
If
think
you
so.
break it up to a movie, that's where it would have happened. 20-minute, 22, 23-minute mark, 30-minute mark if you got a 90-page script. But most scripts are at 120.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think if you talk about eight 20-minute episodes,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is a 2-hour movie?
a little bit more, but yeah. So, yeah.
So how long do I have to wait?
Well, listen, you're gonna wait a while. I know, like because the powers, like the story, isn't about the powers, but there is a story there, at least in my opinion. So how far did
Yeah,
you
it's
get?
just not a Wonder Man story.
I got to where they meet the guy making chamoy.
Got you. Okay, yeah.
It was probably like episode 4, maybe 5.
What made you stop there?
Ran out of time.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of
Yeah,
watching it during breaks at work.
right.
But
And
yeah,
look,
in a lunch break, you could have watched like 3 episodes.
you're so crazy.
like
Let's see
so
this
far.
guy. This guy. Listen, but keeping in mind, like it did just come out like yesterday evening. Like despite them dropping it all at once, they still waited until like 5 or 6 o'clock for it to be out. So it's not like we could have been watching it like all day yesterday. We only could watch it like starting yesterday evening. So I don't think there's no shame. Like I just happened to have the time to watch it all. I was actually shocked by it myself, but yeah. And my opinion of it very well might have been very different if I hadn't gotten to the end. But at the same time, I could definitely understand where you're coming from, Moses.
Yeah, Mo, you should just watch the Doorman episode. That's a good one shot.
I was thinking of just watching like the last 10 minutes
No, don't do that.
or the last
You're gonna-
episode.
So
I'll
the
do that.
credits?
Yeah, yeah.
You're so dumb.
In case
Jay.
there's a after credit scene.
Jay, you've been pretty quiet, man. What do you think of Wonder Man?
Um, it was okay, I guess. I
How far
mean,
along did you get?
just the first episode.
Got it. Yeah, yeah.
And was that
Continue.
So,
you decided, or that's just the time you had?
um, yeah, I didn't have time to do much more, unfortunately. Um, yeah, like
Yeah,
if it had been out all day yesterday, I might have been able to do like a half and half, or
right,
at least try.
Mm.
But no, they're like, we're not gonna put it out until 9 o'clock. So
right.
fuck Jay, I guess.
That listen. They told me like they tried to tell me secretly, but I'm telling you, Jay, that they told me it was going to be FJ, and I was like, what? Not Jay?
Well, Larry was in that Disney meeting, and he's the one that said FJ.
No, never. I would never. I would never. I would give up my seat on
You
the
know he
board before
would.
I say FJ.
You look, you just said it right now.
No, I mean like and mean it.
But
Hex in chat, he said, "Wow." Yeah,
you know, the
but yeah,
first
go ahead, Jay.
episode doesn't give a whole lot. It is just a guy, trying to do this acting career,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know that I would necessarily into.
Got you.
Um, yeah, like, and I wasn't expecting like a superhero show, but
Right.
um, so I feel like my expectations were like kind of in the right place,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little off,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, all right, he's doing his thing, trying to act,
Right.
and it's
Right.
like, not sure I care.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Mandarin is kind of interesting that
Yeah.
he's around,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, there's just not much there in episode one.
Look, I honestly came away from episode one, like just like when it ended, I was like, wow, like this is really different. Uh, a really different type of show for Marvel because while I do think the trailers kind of portrayed um like I don't think the trailer portrayed this like it's going to be a superhero show. Like but I understand that one, not everybody watches trailers, and then two, despite what the trailer looks like it's still Marvel, right? It's Marvel Studios. So like, this is you're like what we come here for is superhero stuff. So no, that's not what you come
Oh
for,
yeah,
Moses.
yeah. Sorry, I thought you were going to be an apologist again. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm literally like conceding the point where it's like no, like I
Hmm.
get it. Like there's gonna like your experience and your expectations aren't unfounded, and I think that there's
And I
definitely
didn't
gonna
even
be
see any trailers either. So,
there's a significant part of the audience that's gonna feel how you feel, where they're just like, where's the superhero story, right? Um, Now with that said though, it's like uh coming away from the first episode, I was like kind of taken aback by how far they leaned into the whole acting aspect of things. I will say I did find it interesting, but at the same time, I worked in the entertainment industry, so there's like a part of me, and I worked behind the scenes, so like a lot of the things that they were saying are things that I was like, oh, like I get that, you know what I'm saying? Like that like it resonated with me in a different way. Um, And I mean, there's a lot of people in LA that'll be the case, but this show is not only shown to people in Los Angeles, right? It's like it's everywhere. So it's like if you've never been a part of that, you might just be like, I don't know, who knows if you find that interesting or not? Because like you said, a scaled down entourage isn't as good as an Entourage, right?
Or even Birdman. Like
Mm.
Birdman is
Our
kind of
favorite
like
superhero movie.
yeah. Yeah, low key, like that one at least had like I knew what was happening 20 minutes in.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and so like going at like when episode 1 ended, I was kind of like, "Huh. Like this is different." Like and in a way that was like it almost felt slice of lifey, you know? As opposed to like feeling like okay, like like for instance, as a comparison, like WandaVision was not a traditional kind of superhero show either.
Mhm.
But even by the time you get to the end of WandaVision, like the first episode of WandaVision, you're kind of like, okay, like there's seeds being planted, for this superhero stuff that's going to be coming. And even that takes a little while to get there, but the stuff that is happening in the meantime is probably a little bit more interesting and relatable to a larger audience because everybody watched TV. Not everybody in LA has, or not everybody in the audience has been trying to be a part of the entertainment industry, right?
Well,
You
no,
know,
but you watch shows like those that actually try like there's a lot of in different across different mediums like that similar type of story where and people resonate with it like it even
hmm
wins awards, like
right?
so it's like I mean so I get like this show being that like that's a
hmm
good place to do a different story for Wonder Man, but you still gotta remember you gotta do a Wonder Man story too, And I'm not getting that, and I'm not gonna. Well, I didn't feel like sitting there and trying to get to that. Like none of what I saw let me feel like I wanted to go through that for the payoff, even if there is a payoff. Yeah.
See, and it's interesting because I will say this, and without trying to spoil anything, because it hasn't been out that long.
You also got to remember, I did the same thing with Daredevil season 3 and Netflix. Like this shit's taken to like he doesn't want to be Daredevil again. Like
Right, right. What I will say is, because I mean, or you may or may not know, but I'm actually a Wonder Man fan, like as a
hmm
character, like, and that's more so because of me being an Avengers fan. Like, I was an Avengers
hmm
fan from like old school, so it was just like Wonder Man was on the team.
yeah, like
I think not
fairly
too
early
long
on.
after. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, Wonder Man
yeah,
like was introduced in like Avengers, like
9.
I think like 9 or something
Yeah,
like that, like some like early on, but as a villain.
yeah, right.
And that's the thing, like Wonder Man got his powers actually from I think it was Baron Zemo, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it Baron
yeah,
Zemo?
it is emo. Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm
not
pretty sure
it's
Baron's.
but it's not it's helmet Zemo or the
Yeah, yeah,
'cause
yeah.
it's
It's
the
not.
younger
It's not
one.
the latest Baron
Yeah,
Zemo. You're right. It's like the one
yeah.
before, right? Um,
I forget which one
and
is it,
so
helmet or
I like
jockstrap
it's hard.
or.
It's it's hard for me to keep them all straight. There's so many Zemos, but um, so it's like I like this character, um, and it's a character that I do find interesting. I know like the different iterations of the character, and so when they like and even with all that and being a fan, when they said they're gonna make a Wonder Man show, I was like, wait, like like why are they doing Wonder Man? You know, like it's a very strange choice to me, but I'm like, okay, well, hey, look. Like I was surprised by Guardians too, and that turned out well for them. Just for everybody else,
So,
right?
so how do you feel
But
now that you know that they didn't?
well, see, but this is the thing. What the point I'm trying to get to is being a fan of the character and watching all the way to the end. It's almost like a MCU preamble to get Wonder Man to the starting point he's at in the comics. So that's where we're at, it feels like to me. Rough Rider says, doesn't Wonder Man have the brother Reaper? Yeah,
Not
the Grim
anymore.
Reaper. Well, he has a
Oh,
brother
oh, they
in
show
the
a
show.
brother. They
And he
do.
was reaping his dreams.
Listen, like he has a brother in the show, and so
But it might not
technically,
be Reaper.
and the brother and he have a contentious relationship. So it could go that way, but we'll see. We'll see. Uh, but the fact of the matter is that by the time you get to the end of this show, like it feels as though the origin it potentially like could be a version of the origin point that Wonder Man is at. But don't take that too deeply, because I'm not saying like, oh, Zemo is in there doing stuff or anything crazy like that. I'm just saying that the broad strokes of where Wonder Man begins from a comic perspective, that very well might be um where when we see Wonder Man next, he might be in that position in the wider MCU. Which, and all they did was let you get to know who this person is beforehand, so that if you did watch this, when you see him there, not only will there be a reason for him to be more in line with how the Wonder Man is in the beginning of the comics, but it might make for a
I don't
it
think he'll
might
be
make for a better
in line
arc.
enough. I don't think he'll be in line enough.
Well, I mean,
'Cause
that's
he
your
didn't bang
uninformed
Scarlet
opinion.
Witch. He didn't bang
It's like
Scarlet
that.
Witch.
Not yet.
That's not gonna happen.
How do you know?
They skipped straight to Vision.
How do you know?
They did. Like you already got
No,
the
no.
kids and everything.
Like he can. Well, they had magical kids, not real kids, right? Like
We don't know that.
I think we do,
No, the
don't
TVA's
we?
got something to say about it, probably.
Look, so I'm just saying, like, who knows? Like, look, I guarantee you, if Elizabeth Olsen can get a little bit of Yaya, she'll probably take it.
We're over here talking he's and yas.
So, okay. Do you all want to do? Who else has anything else to say about Wonder Man? Anybody got anything they want to talk about that they liked in particular, or anything that they very
Like,
heavily
as a
disliked?
fan that you are of Wonder Man, like how do you feel this characterization in terms of what you have read in?
Well, I will say this: like, it's definitely a huge departure, especially considering, like, Wonder Man as a character is not a real thing in this universe. Like,
Mm-hmm,
Wonder Man is a movie character.
mm-hmm.
So, which that you can see that from the trailer, but it becomes even more apparently clear um, when you watch the show. It's like Wonder Man is a role, and while it's a thing where um, I'm certain that the character that we see in this will become like known as Wonder Man. It's like it's not like you mentioned earlier. It's not the thing where it's like, okay, there was a person calling themselves Wonder Man that was, I mean, in the comic he was a villain, and
Mm-hmm.
then he reformed and became a hero, and then he decided he was trying to, like, he almost kind of did like a Booster Goldish kind of deal where he's like taking his like superhero celebrity and trying to transition that into the acting world. So it's like this is the opposite, where it's literally like, okay, the character's fictional, the person is
Yeah.
like trying to represent that role and will probably become known by that name because he was in that role, you know what I mean? And so that's like it's like an inversion of that.
So
But
does he get a name
mhm,
by the end of it?
Well,
I mean,
the
I
movie,
would
like,
I would say you should watch and see.
Obviously, he gets the role, but I mean, if he's
Look,
gonna do
it's
actual
obvious.
superhero
Is
stuff,
is it obvious?
it's very obvious.
Okay, there it
Marvel's not
is.
known for its subtlety.
Eh? Eh? So but yeah, I will say that um I think that it's interesting, it's interesting, the whole portrayal, but yeah, if you're a hardcore Wonder Man fan, which there's like, even I wouldn't call myself a hardcore Wonder Man fan.
Yeah.
I just like the character. Like, I'm a
Yeah.
fan of the character, and I think, like, the where they decided to, like, it's one of those things where I didn't even think Wonder Man was that great of a character when I first like read him. I think where he ended up is a great character. And so it's like, my hope is that this character will end up where that Wonder Man ends up. And I'm certain it will be the case at some
Yeah.
point.
I like, and this one made me turn it off for me, because it's like, again, like, there's no real. I don't know if there is really hardcore Wonder Man fans, but everybody that likes him for different reasons. One of them is his interactions with other characters, which is part of it is his attitude. Like,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's one of my favorite things, and that's
Mm-hmm.
like, so even like during Initiative, he was a little different, and you
Mm-hmm.
know, in the Avengers side scrolling beat 'em up game, he
Mm-hmm.
was awesome. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like,
I feel like his attitude is intact in this show.
yeah.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, and don't get me wrong, the Wonder Man in the comic is definitely far more congenial than the Wonder Man in this
Yeah.
show. But, like, Wonder Man, despite being congenial generally, had like an abrasive nature to him.
Yeah.
And that's intact here,
That's what
and
I
will
like.
would be the
Yeah.
case. Yeah, like, that will be the case when you see him on the screen with other heroes, I think. So,
Okay.
yeah, like, and of course, like I have no doubt, like, the things that Yahya Abdul Mateen did with the character in the story he was given, to me, were phenomenal. Like, he was great to watch, as well, of
Oh,
course, as Ben Kingsley. Like, the two, like, I didn't know I would like the two of them together as much as I did. Like, they were great. It was not like, that's not a pairing that, if you had told me, I'd have been like, oh yeah, I want to watch that show. I had no idea, but they were fantastic to watch. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and it'll be interesting to see, like, where that arc goes for them. But um, it was really cool to me.
that's what I hated about it, because
I
why
hated
you
how
laugh?
good that was.
No, well, that's the thing. Like, this could have just been a good show about a dude trying to become an actor. Like, and it's heartfelt. He's vulnerable. You kind of root for him, and then you kind of, it's still a little sleazy with like invading the lady's email. So it's like, but he's doing what it takes. It's like, it's kind of like that Hustle and Flow movie. Like, it had that five.
This is
So
all you get, all that in this.
no, but that's what I'm saying. That's not the Wonder Man movie or show I want to see. Like, like,
Oh, you're
you
saying
could
it could have been
do
a
all
show just
that.
about that,
Everything I
without
saw.
without
ev-
superhero stuff.
yeah, everything I saw, you could have
Got
done
it.
it without having it to be Wonder Man.
I hear that.
Like,
I hear
even the
that.
law enforcement thing, like, even the way they, well, from what I've seen utilize this part, I don't know what they get to show in here, but beyond that, so.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, it's like, this could have been some generic show on ABC that I wouldn't watch till its third season.
Got you. No, I hear that. I hear that. You're basically, if I'm understanding what you're saying, what I hear is that you're like, the show that this show primarily is would have been a
Yeah.
great show, and you would have enjoyed it, and it would have been better for you if it was like not any trying to be or pretend to be any kind of superhero
I
show,
would have watched it because
or,
I
or Wonder
wanted,
Man at
yeah,
all.
pretty much, yeah. Like, I mean, just the cinematic shots, like the Joe Pantoliano thing, like, was
Oh,
tight. Yeah, like
so good.
and that's straight up fucking like Entourage jokes. Like, but
One
even
hundred
like the
percent.
way it's shot, like the way he's driving and it only shows the driving seat while he's talking on the speakerphone, like, that's
Yeah.
very like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like, even the lens, or, well, the filter they used to shoot that,
Hmm.
like, gives that like 70s movie feel. Like, after
Yeah.
watching after, especially after watching like Midnight Cowboy, like they shot
Mm-hmm.
those scenes like what he just watched. So like from an artistic perspective, it's like a really well
Mm-hmm.
made show, and it's like, why couldn't it just been real Wonder Man? Like
Okay, hey, listen, I get it, and I guess my whole thing is more so the idea of like, you know, uh, I as a fan of the character, I'm not certain OG Wonder Man stuff is as compelling.
I can see that.
Late late stage Wonder Man stuff is more compelling,
Yeah.
but
But even
there's
like very few like solo stories, even in that
yeah,
stage, were
yeah, no,
because he's
like it's
he's one of
almost
those
about
that he's is dynamic with other people.
yeah,
So I get it, but
yeah,
again, that's the challenge here. It's like, well, we're gonna do like we couldn't do, like I mean, literally, like you with Hawkeye, like so
yeah,
Hawkeye only works
absolutely.
if
Like
you. But
Hawkeye
then
is like
they
a
then
team
they gave
player.
you a show
Yeah,
that's good. Well, based it on a comic series that was good too. So
right,
yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly. And so and it's that same thing. But here's the thing: Hawkeye had that definitive comic book series
yeah,
when that before that show got made.
right.
I'm
I don't
not
think
certain
Wonder
Wonder
Man has
Man
had that.
did.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I don't know that. Like he's
yeah,
had a few limited series. I've read them,
yeah,
and they're not bad, but I wouldn't
yeah,
call them like the definitive Wonder Man story. And so, and this is part of the reason why for me, I'm like, wow, Wonder Man. Okay,
yeah.
well, let's see. Let's
But
see what happens.
and then that's what they kind of have to do to him, like do this stuff because they can't do. So yeah, I blame comics, man. Fuck comics. They're ruining my
it
TV.
it is in fact comics' fault. I
Hector
blame
Chat
comics
is
as well.
like, is this a show I should watch? And I would say
I
you
would say
could you could
yes.
skip it.
Well, look, you could,
hmm
but
Like if you
like
if he pops up somewhere else and you like it, you could go back. But I'd say I would say within the 8 episodes, 20 minutes, you could save those 45 minutes and do something else.
I look, and that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I would if I was Hecht, I would say, given the Moses Magnum thought process, watch the first 3 episodes. You're only going to spend 30 minutes, and then it's like according to Moses,
And then
you
watch the
know,
finale, like the
and
last
then
10.
no, and no, and decide after that if you want to keep watching. If you like after those first 3 episodes, which are only 28 and a half minutes, if you watch after that 28 and a half minutes, if you're like, I don't like this show, then stop.
It's
So
28 and a half if you don't watch if you watch the credits and you don't skip the intro.
I think it helps a lot that it's such a short show too. Because if any much longer and you're gonna start, looking at your clock, like, okay, I get it.
I was doing that already. Like, because nothing was happening. Like,
see, I mean, I will say that there was something
well, what
compelling
was
about.
happening? Yeah, what was happening was not what I wanted to see. Is
And
I
see,
guess
and
is the
and I
thing.
think those are
Yeah,
two
and
different
that's
things,
different. Yeah, that's a taste thing, not a quality thing. You know,
right?
and
Right,
I
and that's
understand
okay.
that. I understand that, but my review comes from a taste. Again, that's why I did give it the credit for how beautifully it's shot and well made and everything.
Mhm.
I just
and,
wish it
and
was
the
more
performances, I
superhero-y.
feel like
Yeah,
like
yeah, all that.
look,
Yeah,
there's definitely a story
like
being told
I
here
don't mind the
now.
credits are that long because it took a lot of people to work on this. But definitely it's like I just wish it was more superhero-y. Yeah.
Yeah, and listen, if what you're looking for is high octane superhero action, I can tell you 100% Wonder Man is not the show for you. Don't do it
Yeah.
because you're just going to be disappointed. If that's what you're looking for, maybe wait for Daredevil, and Daredevil will probably give you more of that. Well, it's definitely going to give you more of that than Wonder Man will. Let's put it like that.
Heck said,
You know what
hold
I'm
up,
saying?
we still boycotting Disney, and yeah, we are, but I bootlegged it.
So, you know, I like I'm not
I mean,
boycotting Disney,
oh
but
boy, yeah.
I mean, look, you
You'll
gotta.
never do that. They could start a new Holocaust, and you're like, oh boy.
No. Listen, I'm just saying. Look, I give look people when people correct their mistakes, you got to give them grace.
They haven't corrected shit. You just saw Wonder Man.
You're hilarious. Listen, like if you don't stop it. Anyway, you guys ready to rate Wonder Man? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Jay, what are you rating Wonder Man?
I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It's all right.
Okay, that's fair. Oscore, what are you rating Wonder Man?
I think 3.5 is about right. I would tell Heck, if you're already paying for Disney, go ahead and watch it. I wouldn't get Disney just to watch it though.
I can agree with that as well. I feel that. Okay. Moses Magnum, what are you rating Wonder Man?
With everything I said and everything, taking it all into account, what I did like about it and what I didn't, it's 3.5. Like
Okay.
it's like it gets like a C minus grading, you know.
Okay. Got it. Got it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it a 4.
Of
Uh
course.
but at the same time, I watched the whole thing
Yeah.
and I can honestly say that my opinion of it would be different if I had only seen like maybe it's like 2 or 3 episodes, maybe 2.5 episodes. Um, but yeah, having seen the whole thing, like all 8 episodes, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4. I actually the end, uh, I really enjoyed and am looking forward to seeing Wonder Man in wherever he turns up next.
Yeah, I
Did
So
that
feel like I
shitty
would be
like
happy at
FBI
the
guy
end.
dude get killed?
wait, listen, you all both said something at the same time.
No, we
What
said the
did you
same
say?
thing. We said blah 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 blah, blah killed.
What?
Like no, we said the same thing. Blah 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 blah, blah killed. Like,
Oz, what did you say?
I said I feel like if I watched them all at once, I would feel glad at the end too,
Yeah, that might be true.
because
That
it's
might be
over.
true. Oh, boo.
Waiting for you to get the
Look
damn
at you.
joke. Answer Mo's question.
Hater, hater, hater. Moses, what did you say?
I forgot. No, I'm kidding.
Nah.
No. Did that crappy FBI dude or whatever the fuck he is get killed?
You know he's damage control, right? Like you're joking.
I didn't see. Did I miss where he said that? I don't know.
Yeah,
They might
he said
maybe
it.
they said it in a different episode, but I know that they point out that he's damage control.
I
Yeah,
was
no,
just like, why does this guy talk so soft? Like, how's he like? No wonder he's like, do this and do it now. He's like, I'm not gonna rush it.
He's damage control, but he's like an agent that's barely holding on to his job.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
From what I got.
He's part of damage control, and then keep in mind too, which damage control at this point is basically like low key shield.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like because shield's gone, right?
yeah,
But also keep in mind that the person he's pressing is Trevor Slattery. You know what I'm saying? Like this
right.
fool is not like he's not any kind of tough guy. He's the
Right.
dude that was pretending to be. He was acting as the Mandarin.
That's why he should get him to be able to do the shit on time.
What?
Like he should have no problem. He shouldn't be getting punked by Trevor Slatterly. like,
But he's not getting punked.
yeah, he is. He's like, I'll do it when I do it. I want to make it feel natural. So you tell that if you're a fucking snitch rap bastard, you tell that during a RICO case, they'll like, oh, we'll throw you to fuck jail, motherfucker. Like,
Well, but he told him that. But he's look,
nah,
the
he
dude.
said,
The only thing,
we'll throw you in jail. Like,
the
yeah,
only
get the fuck
thing,
out
the
of
only thing that Trevor Slattery like cares about and is like, I'm gonna enforce is the craft of acting, and that's all he was doing. He's like, no, I can't just. I
Right,
can't
but he's
just
still being
respond.
a rap. He's a rap fuck still. he
Yeah,
literally has
but
a rap fuck handler.
but he's still right. But despite that, like it's not him. Like, oh, I can't control the guy. He's more like, no, listen, you don't
Well, the thing
understand.
is,
Like
in law enforcement, you don't get that. Like they literally like say, okay, they'll put you in 90 days for doing something like that.
and that's fine. But then if he puts him 90 days, then he doesn't get what he wants.
They could figure. They'll find some other chick. Like they'll probably turn his chick that left him. I'm back, baby. Yeah.
There it is. So Okay, cool.
She would say it just like that. Sounded like an obnoxious fat guy. I'm back, baby.
Uh, Jay, I know you're almost on your way out, friend. I want to give you an opportunity to talk about the beauty and just kind of say your piece in regards to both the comic and the show. Are you up for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, I am actually enjoying the comic more than the show, I think.
Okay.
The show is interesting
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. Like, it could be paced a little better. But I think the world of the comic is a lot more interesting.
Okay. And what is it about the world of the comic that you find more interesting?
Um, that it's a known quantity. Like,
Got it.
in the show, they don't know what it is, and it's like at the beginnings of the infestation, or not infestation, uh, endemic.
Right.
And in the comic, it's like it's well past its infancy. Like, this, I forgot what percentage of the world has it, but the fact that they're
Significant part
talking
of the
in world
population.
percentages is
Right.
you know
Jay, do you feel like these two could be like, even though they're not, because it's like it's based on it, but not really like an adaptation of it? Do you feel like they could coexist in the same universe, maybe in a different point in time?
oh yeah, like I said, this very could well be like the beginning, like
Mm-hmm.
the preseason, like a prequel. The show could be a prequel to the comic, and that would make, like, yeah, like that could happen. That could be the case.
Okay.
Maybe that's why they don't
Okay.
credit the creators of the comic.
That's hilarious. That's why they don't credit them. You said,
Yeah, we created our own thing.
yeah, like it's like the whole inspired by, right?
But not even that. Like usually they'll do it like created for television, and that's how I know. Oh man, this is a book series. Let me check out, Or in this
Right.
case, they don't do it at all at the beginning, and then when
Yeah.
they do it to the credits, they do it after. Like they'll come up after you hit the skip to next episode. So it's like you don't get to see
Mm,
it, and it's tiny compared to like
everything
the
else.
the lighting guy.
Right. So Jay, real quick, if you had to go ahead and uh rate the beauty, what would you go ahead and rate the comic, and then what would you rate the show?
I'll rate the comic a 4 out of 5. It's interesting. Um, I think the way they handle um, darn it, I lost my
Virus or
word.
disease?
The
Uh,
infection,
The
the prettiness,
no, the
the beauty.
the combustion. I
Oh
think
yeah.
oh yeah.
they handle that a lot better in the comic,
Mm-hmm.
in a more interesting way.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and at least so far, I only saw the first episode of The Beauty,
Got you. And so,
which I would
good.
give like a 3. Like, there are some pacing issues, I think. Like, it takes a while to get to what they're trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
but it's fine.
Okay. Listen, you said it, Joe. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Cool,
Gonna
man.
go.
Appreciate you. Later.
Later.
Okay. So let's talk about the beauty comic first, and then we'll go deeper into the show. Uh, so uh, the beauty, which it's funny, um, when you mentioned that uh, you don't see like a lot of credits or whatever, and I know like when I read these initial books, I didn't see a lot of credits either.
Hmm. That's the
So
one
I
thing
don't
they got. They
know.
did like the comic. That's the what they
Yeah,
adapted.
it's right. It's yeah, like it's one of the few things where I was like, okay, cool. Like I guess this is where they're taking. Yeah, that's one thing. I'm not certain that that's a good thing, but I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that the creators are Jeremy Haun, Jason Hurley, and John Ranch are the creators behind the beauty. Um, and the book is basically about an STD that when you get infected with it, it basically changes you on some sort of like biological cellular level and makes you ridiculously attractive. So whatever you look like before, you catch this joint and you become ridiculously attractive. And like Jay mentioned, um when we come to the point in the story where we're talking, where our comic begins, this is known. Like everybody knows that this is the case. That you catch this, it makes you hot. Um, and so people want it, and a lot of people are trying to get the beauty because they want to be attractive as well. But what isn't known is that when you get the beauty, you only have like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 2 years or so.
Hmm.
Um, and when that happens, or when you get to like towards the 2 year point, your body basically uh spontaneously combusts and you just flame out, and that's it. You're gone, you're dead. And so um the story is about the a couple of investigators who are in the beauty division, like the beauty task or beauty yeah, I think it is like beauty task force, and they're detectives in that division that specifically deal with crimes relating to those types of folks. And that's basically where our story picks up. So um let's look, since this is the beauty after all, let's start with the surface level stuff. Let's start with the art. how did you feel about the art, Moses?
I enjoyed it. It was serviceable, and then when it started changing, when you see the people that are infected, like, oh, okay, that's why it's done this way. Like they use like, oh, it's almost like the lighting changes from panel
Mm-hmm.
from one panel to the other for certain characters. So I thought it was a good subtle way of doing the art this way. Now, granted, it's not like they do look like symmetrically pretty or beautiful in the art, but with the artist doing what the artist does, they don't come out as like, oh wow, like irresistible. You know what I mean? They still look
Mm-hmm.
like aesthetically more aesthetically pleasing than they were like 2 pages ago. So it and that's where I think it's serviceable. Where it's like, okay, you know that they changed. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like, wow, like if you get like, I would have even done like two artists, like I would do like this artist doing the
Mm.
ugly, and then do like
You're,
Steven
you're the good
Spezek.
artist and you're the bad artist. Is that
No,
what you're
not
saying?
good or bad. No, it's just the one that draws them ugly and the one that draws like when you look at a book like was it the Steven Sebjak or was it Svejak
Cedric.
the Sejic, yeah. Like when you look at his books, like all the lighting is smooth, like when everybody looks beautiful, like they look like I don't know, like pinnacle of like painting, like of
Mm-hmm.
a beautiful painting of a beautiful woman, a beautiful man. So so I think like because that lady is affected, and you could see like she looks better than they do. Like there's
Right.
less
Right.
shading on her face, like there's more blush. So it's like you
Mm-hmm.
can see there's that there, but it's like literally like like let's say like Steven Sedgwick like drew her in the middle right there, like it would have a different effect. Now, granted, they
Right.
don't want to tell you at this point that she's infected either. Like that's like more of a reveal. So I get
Mm-hmm.
that why they wouldn't do something like that, but low key like that would have been a good effect to have. And
Yeah.
that's
No,
not.
I
I
can see
mean,
that.
but this criticism of that doesn't even take away anything of what we did get because
Mm-hmm.
you can tell like if you know what you're looking for, you could tell that she has the beauty already. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, absolutely. And yeah, and I think that is definitely a dynamic that worth mentioning where like yeah the partner like is two detectives from the beauty task force that are their partners, and one of them actually does have the beauty, the other one does not. He is just a regular Joe.
Or
So
is
yeah.
he?
Or easy. Oz, what did you think of the art?
I thought the art was fine.
Okay. Well, what was fine about it?
I I see what Mo's talking about having two different artists. Because yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
got to make the pretty people exceptionally pretty,
Right.
but that doesn't mean you make everybody else ugly either. Like they just have to look normal. That's kind of like a weird distinction because some people just looking normal are attractive.
Like even like the dude, like the boss is all fat and ugly. Like, and it's like, why'd you have to be fat too? Like, like,
I don't think he's ugly. I think he's just fat.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Same
Fat,
thing.
you're right. Fat
See?
doesn't mean ugly. Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying, like,
I forgot
the dude,
we're
like, I
woke
don't look
now.
at him like be like, oh, that dude is definitely fat and
Well,
ugly.
look, he's man. I don't even want to say who he's closer. Like he's not Michael Chiklis. He's another fat actor, and I don't want to. I love this dude, so I'm not gonna use him in this example. I'll tell you off the air.
Okay, got you, got you. So no, that's fair. But no, I thought the art was good too. Like I thought, like it definitely was,
Yeah,
especially
like
like
even the
in my.
coloring, man. Props to the colors too, because I didn't even like you see the lighting from the
She's
bullet.
glowing.
Yeah, but yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
her color scheme is different. Like yeah, it's almost like more saturated. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good spot. Yeah, even there too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's what you call it. It's good stuff, and it's like especially for I mean, the book came out on Image, and it is an older book. We should mention it came
yeah,
out in 2014, so there's definitely something to be said about when it came out, and it's an indie book, but the art is really good. Um, but it is Image too. Like I mean, there are people that would like don't think of Image as like the same as regular indie, right?
yeah. They get
But
bit, probably a little. Well, they would think more budget, but they just get better promotion. Like
yeah, that's
you
really
still have to do the hard. Like you have to almost have a finished book before they even publish it. Like,
yeah, it's true.
yeah.
It's true.
That's
So
why there's already these little studios that they call themselves
mhm,
studios, or they are
right,
studios, but they're just image.
right. And so, how do you all feel about the story of this, and not so much necessarily compare and contrasting with the show? We'll
Yeah.
get to that, but more so like just how you feel about this as like a comic book story. Um, did you find like the premise interesting? And I don't know how much you all actually like got to read, but was it gripping? Is the question I have for you all. So why don't we go to you first, Mo?
I definitely like it was like I looked at it almost like a horror, like a horror movie, but like kind of in the
Mm-hmm.
sense that like Seven is a horror movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that,
Mm-hmm.
or the show like The Killing. Where
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's been in body horror because that's
Right.
kind of like its
Mm-hmm.
body. So I took it
That's like
that way,
crime
but
thriller hybrid.
yeah, yeah, and I actually I love like that little splinter subgenre. Like the show The Killing is I love it. The first season of True Detective was like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of felt like that. Like I felt like, especially if you're gonna make, well, again, not to compare and contrast, but I'll say this later. But definitely, like this is something up my alley that I would have wanted to see adapted. You know,
Mm-hmm.
in the right probably right uh uh I guess streaming service. Like I
Right.
feel like
Right.
the right streaming service, like you could do three of them and have all three do a version of it and see how they differ. Like you
Right.
get three different shows that are pretty much the same.
Right. Right. What about you, Oz? What did you think of the story?
Um, it's inaccurate to say that I read the book so much as I got through the first book.
Okay.
Uh,
Like, and that's because like what
Like
time wise, or
I
is it
read the
more like
words, but I didn't want to.
that's fair? I mean, you were just like, it doesn't feel like your thing.
Yeah,
That's fair.
is it because the
And
people
now,
were ugly?
yeah, I hated the ugly people, and all the pretty people were dying.
Like it hit a little like too hard home. Like you felt like you're gonna die too.
It was just a slow burn, and it actually made me not look forward to watching the TV show.
Oh man.
I was
interesting. Oh,
thinking,
so
oh,
you
it's
did
gonna-
read the book? You read the book first, and then watched the TV show.
yeah.
Got you. Okay. So, and is this a thing where, like, would you say it like? Because I do know like there's some folks that they read comics, but when they come to comics, they come for superheroes. Is it a thing where is this about it kind of just not being like your cup of tea because you're primarily looking for like a superhero type story when you're coming to comics, or was it just more about the way that the story was told?
I think more the way that the story was told.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And that's fair. I mean, because like the first issue, because did you only read the first issue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The first issue isn't pulse pounding action. It's a lot of people talking, but
Yeah.
I will say that I found those conversations interesting, and I will even say that I found like the hook at the end interesting of the first issue. And I mean, again, it's an old book, so we're gonna just go ahead and spoil it here in case in the event that you're like, oh, I really wanted to read that comic, you can tune out for 20 seconds. At the end of issue 1, we find out that the other partner does actually contract the beauty, and so now he's one of them as well. That as a um story point, I found interesting just because I was like, oh, like how did he get the beauty? You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, I knew how, but I was just like, what's the circumstances, right? Because it's like he should have known, right? But he didn't. Um or did he do
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
But he didn't. And so that's the whole thing where I'm like, oh, like I was interested enough, even though what I will say is, and I think I actually have the page, like the page in and of itself isn't like so much or so um fantastic that I was like, oh, this is like an astounding piece of, like art for like your final Like you're like, this is like what you're selling. You're selling your second issue here.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I was just like, the art. I think the art is good in the book in general, but that particular piece of art isn't so much selling. Like, I'm not like that. That's not compelling me. Like, oh man, like I have to know what's happening next. It was more so the story beat that sold me, as opposed to the the actual splash page. You know what I'm saying, or the
Hmm.
actual, like, you know. And I found that to be an issue for this book almost every
Moving
issue that I
forward,
read.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because like that one is the best one.
Uh,
Like, I got to read 5 issues,
okay.
and while there were interesting things that were happening, the actual dynamic, like the or the better way to say it is like the composition of these like final splash pages aren't set up in a way that makes you be like, oh schmack, I got to read the next issue. You know, it's literally like, I feel like the story is doing the heavy lifting,
Hmm.
and it's a comic book, so the art should be like, at least in my experience, I feel like a lot of comics, there's some comics that even like the story beat isn't necessarily what sells you on, like, I got to see what happens next. It's like the way that the final scene is portrayed in the art. And this is not the case for the beauty, in my opinion, even though the story's there. So yeah. So
I kind I agree with what you say, but like you said, the story is well, not but yeah. The story does do the heavy lifting, so that keeps me wanting. Like halfway into this book, I already wanted to keep reading the rest of it.
mm-hmm,
So I read about
mm-hmm,
3 issues, and I again, you said like it kind of happens each issue, but I'm like, I really want to read all 6 volumes of it. Like
mm-hmm,
just the concept of a virus like this, especially early on, in this post-pandemic world.
mm-hmm,
Like it's interesting to see what, like, just how they handle that in when you're just kind of thinking of imagining what could happen instead of working
mm-hmm.
on what you've seen happen. And
Right.
I feel like well, that's one of the things that left me. The show kind of doesn't do that as well. Like
Right. Right.
that
Right.
aspect of the virus aspect of it. At least not yet. I only
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
2 episodes. I think there's
Got
3
you.
out right now. Yeah. So, but
Okay.
yeah.
So well, shoot. I mean, with that said, let me just go ahead and ask you all: is there anything else y'all want to say about the comic book before we like get to some ratings? Anything in particular stand out, or or look, were there any characters that you especially liked or anything like that?
I mean, I like the main character. Like that's he was. He's like a hardcore detective. Like he's like dutiful and he's got to do what
Yeah.
he's got to do.
Yeah.
So that makes for
Uh
especially for a story like this, like that's the you want you kind of want to watch him die because that's the ultimate sacrifice for a hero like him. But but, but that's just me.
most- yeah, I think so. I think that is just you. I'm like, oh my god, like
Yeah,
most, like, get him out of here.
not
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
Like I want him, for the better cause.
Right.
It's like the
Right.
alternate ending of 28 Days Later, where he's like they do the blood transfusion. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like, I don't know. I haven't
Yeah,
seen.
no. That's not the real ending. It's like an alternate, but he dies essentially
Oh, got you.
and
Okay.
turns into a zombie.
That's what happens. So, okay. So, what about you, Oz? Anything you want to say about it before we do some ratings?
No.
Okay. So, listen, why don't you hit me with it, Oz? What would you rate the beauty, issue one?
I'll go with 3. It's kind of interesting, but just not my thing.
Got it. Got it. Moses Magnum, what would you rate the beauty? How many issues did you get to read?
3.
Oh, 3. There it is.
Yeah.
What would you rate the Beauty with issues 1 through 3?
I mean, like I was hooked like halfway in through issue 1, so it's like that's like almost and then I wasn't disappointed by 2 and 3. So
Yeah.
that's like I mean, I'm hooked. Like I'm in. I like this. So that's aside from the little art issues, like the art is just an idea of what I would like, so it's not even a knock. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
4.5, like,
Mm-hmm.
and because I can't give it, I haven't finished, so I can't really give it the perfect. Like if we're doing issue 1, yeah, 5, but I'm still
Got
working
it.
on it.
Gotcha. So yeah, now I'm gonna give it a 4.5 as well. Like, yeah, I'm digging it. Like, it seems like a really cool and interesting story, and like realistically, I think it's just some of the choices that they make from an art perspective that I feel holds it back from being like a damn near perfect book. So it's an interesting premise, has some interesting characters. So yeah, like Mo, you didn't get to Calaveras, huh?
No, I think I was starting. I was like they're leading up to that. I think
Okay,
because I
yeah,
do remember reading that name, but I don't think I got to it. Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's interesting. So okay, cool.
And
Um,
if you do like Jeremy Haun's style of writing, like, I did do a review of one of his books on our YouTube channel, somewhere up here. King Spawn, #1. He wrote King Spawn #1.
nice. Okay, so let's talk about the Beauty, the TV show, which you can see it on FX or you can see it on Hulu. Uh, Oz, the Beauty comic was making you dread watching the Beauty, the television show, but you watched it anyway. Will you watch what, one episode, or how much did you get to see?
3.
Okay,
I
so
watched
you
the
got
first two because the second one was like 20 minutes. It felt like they just cut it off the first one, and then I just went ahead and watched the third
wait,
one.
wait, is the second one only 20 minutes long? That can't be true.
It's like 25 minutes. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, they're doing that same shit too. Like as yeah, the same shit as like as Wonder Man. Like they're not hour episodes. Like
Well, the third one goes
I
back to
mean, I
being the
understand.
45 minutes, but yeah,
okay,
episode 2, like it's like 20, 25 minutes, something like that.
like I didn't even
Really?
get to
I
see that
didn't.
much Ashton Kutcher.
I was like, what did this fool just say?
And when
Uh,
are you looking it up right now?
yeah. I was just looking up the runtime because I was like, I'm
It's
shocked by that because,
I mean,
like,
they did give you a fuller story than like a Wonder Man episode, or at least those first 2 episodes. Yeah, but
Yeah,
then that second one, but
when I started watching it, like I felt my dread validated.
okay.
But then as the story goes on, like I realized I just don't like the two cops talking to each other. That's what was like
Mm.
like this attractive woman is half naked and I am not interested in anything she's saying.
well, I can tell you. Well, I'll tell you that when I get to
Well,
talk about it. But yeah,
yeah, but like when you get to when the hood shows up, like he's way more interesting here than
The
he was
hood.
in Marvel. Where I think like
I mean, the dude.
I think it's a better performance too. Like I gotta blame the writing on the hood for his shitty performance there because he's good in this.
who's the guy that's the
Huh?
hood?
The eye patch,
Anthony Ramos.
the guy with the assassin.
Oh,
Did you?
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Oh
He's
yeah.
good. I like the incel. His character's good.
Oh yeah.
I
That
like
guy. That guy's
when the
crazy.
cops are investigating something like that's all interesting. It's just when the two of them are talking about their relationship that I'm like, stop.
He's like, no,
Okay.
thank you.
Everything else about it is good. It kind of feels like a procedural, but not really because there's not like a monster of the day or anything. It's all like one long story.
There's that Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah. So,
There's
like
more
this.
Ashton Kutcher in this trailer than like the whole first episode.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true. They're definitely using him to sell it. But he's in the show.
Yeah.
It's just not, like he's not
Not the first
the
episode.
primary push of that first episode. So, like
I need to know why. I guess this is opening the show, so it's not even a spoiler. But like, why the violence? Because in the comic, like, she just had a fever and her head exploded.
Yeah, it's TV.
Yeah.
Like they have to make it like exciting visually.
But I also need to know, like, is it something that's going to happen to everybody, or what? Because the incel gets it. Ashton Kutcher, he might just be pretty, but he looks like he probably has it. Like, I get the feeling he has it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think because they did put prosthetics on his face. Like everybody kind of gets a little bit prosthetic-y when they're pretty. Like, and that's a visual component of
Oh,
this.
do they?
A little bit, yeah. Like even the surgeon, like he's all mangled up, but he's like judging some dude's looks. Like, and the dude, like, yeah, you're pretty. Yeah.
By the way, when the
surgeon,
incel gets his plastic surgery, it's like, no, he's fucked up, handsome Squidward. Like, no, he's not walking out of there believing he looks good.
Emily was watching it. He's like, can't he just work out? like he's not like, even when he's normal, he's not like an ugly dude. Like he just has a bad attitude of himself. He just lifts some weights and diets. Like he could probably like, yeah.
When he gets the plastic surgery, I was like, dude, they fucked him up.
Well, listen, both,
at least do some lipo while you're in there, right?
Well, but the doctor and he both look weird. Like, and that's like the whole point, I think, is like, they're not actually beautiful.
Yeah. One of the things too, I think they do. I think this is like, again, post-pandemic world. They probably didn't want to do pandemic, so they're doing a shot, and or that's an aspect of it that maybe we haven't gotten to in the comics yet, And but it's very like with the Ozempic, like a lot of people are on it, where like there was a shortage where actual sick people that needed couldn't get it,
right?
Because people are willing to pay $2,000 for a shot for a month's supply, So yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, that's it. The end. I'm out. I gotta go. I'm only working part time this week too.
Are you really?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But Oz, you're getting ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Oz, why don't you?
Can I ask Oz a quick question before all that?
Sure.
Like, well, I want to tell you because I mean, I feel like they gave this show up. Like, the sex scenes aren't hot to like heterosexual men, Like, I don't know. Like even like the hot women aren't that hot.
I don't know why he was flexing so goddamn much.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to kill him and he stops. He's like, then runs.
Like he's not even buff. Like why is he flexing? Yeah. Yeah. But
so
yeah,
wait, but like, you feel like the hot women aren't even that hot? Like
well, here's the thing. If I'm a fat fuck that's ugly, and that's a big if, by the way, and some chick's gonna fuck me in a hotel, she don't need to be dressed in that corset with that lace and shit to climb up on top of me. Like she didn't even have to look that good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be rock hard already. Like the aesthetic of the show is very I guess it's dramatic, and that's why I say gay it up. And I only say gay it up because it's Ryan Murphy working on it. He did Glee, so it's like even the jocks were femmy in that show, and American Nightmare, like he created American Horror Story, and everything after episode 4 in every season turns into a musical, so it's like. And this is like I'm waiting for like musical numbers in this because it's like it's like what a gay guy thinks sex with a woman would be, like
is he gay?
Yeah, he's gay. Like he made Glee. Like the straight guys don't make Glee. Like I don't think there's any straight people in Glee, like at all. Like even the actors.
Oh, come on, man. But anyway. I didn't know that. So like
Yeah,
but
like
you're
I mean,
feeling like
and the thing, it's not a knock against gay or gay creators. Like I watch everything Ryan Murphy does. Like
I'm not saying you were knocking it at all. I just didn't
yeah,
know.
I
Yeah.
just for the listeners, in case somebody listens and thinks I'm being homophobic, it ain't that. It's just the way they're portraying certain things. Sex between heterosexual people don't happen like that. Shit, even the conversations that the guy fucking the chick were having don't happen with people that have been married for 20 years. Like they don't talk like that. Like and even like the having to do like the violence and that is like overcompensating for how like dramatic a lot of this sex stuff is, even the blowing up stuff is.
I'll say in the episodes I saw, there's 4 sex scenes I can think of. 3 of them, it's the cowgirl position, and in all of those, the dude is just there, like he doesn't know what to do, but making the enjoying it face. The one scene that was like highly directed and animated is when he's doing the girl doggy. Like that.
And that's kind of gay.
Yeah,
and he flexes then too, right?
Yeah, he flexes. He's got his phone on her.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But so I don't want to hear about the detectives' relationships, but everything else about the show I've been enjoying.
That's interesting. Okay,
Also,
so
it bothers me that, well, like I would have known it's the dude got me a hooker to appease me, but with all the work he had done, like he could have been just getting his own hookers the whole time.
I mean, okay,
because when he gets her, he says he's a virgin.
Right.
I'm like, dude, if you're all clogged up like that and you can't handle it yourself,
he could have gotten hookers when he wasn't. Like,
that's what I'm saying. But instead of doing the surgery,
I don't know how he doesn't have a job and has no money, but he could buy a penis pump, and he can pay for cam girls, and he can pay for surgery.
What makes you feel like he has no job?
He says
that was the conversation his mom was telling him. Like, you don't have a job. You're not making any money. Like, when are you gonna get a job? Did you file for jobs? Well, you're on the computer all the time. Are you looking for work? Like, they literally, like, he even talked about going for an interview.
Yeah, that surgery, like, he got his whole face done. That can't be cheap. Even a bootleg
even
doctor
fucked up like that. Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of hooker money.
Yeah, literally, like, he could have just gotten hookers and been like, he wouldn't have, he would have died for another reason.
Subscription. That's all he needs.
Yeah,
but then it's at the same time though. It's like maybe he wanted a more genuine connection.
He was jerking off to cam girls.
What's more genuine connection to say, hey, I'm gonna give you money, suck my dick. Like, you could take a girl to dinner and you spend money, and she ain't gonna suck your dick, guaranteed. Like, it's more genuine to say, here, take my money, let's fuck. Yeah.
No, I mean, it might be authentic, but it's not.
Look,
like, she doesn't like him for him.
If he had an inkling of how to interact with a woman and talk to her with respect and want a genuine connection, he wouldn't have talked to his mother like that.
See,
that's the whole point.
The problem is Lawrence hasn't been to enough strip clubs to know how genuine those girls can act. Like, some of them are like,
oh, listen,
I've had to leave because I'm like, oh, dude, I'm starting to feel like I'm in a relationship, and I know that ain't right.
Sometimes it could be worth every last single.
I mean, that's how they get you. Lawrence will never understand that.
Yeah, I don't really do strip clubs, so that's true. But yeah, Oz, I know you're gonna have to get out of here soon.
Yeah.
Do you want to rate the beauty before you do?
4.5. Because I watched the first one, second one, hey, well, that's 20 minutes. And then, like, next thing I know, I'm halfway through the third one going, okay, when's the next one coming out?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, okay, that's fair.
It's definitely worth watching. And like I said, if you have a Disney subscription, then you might as well watch it.
There it is. Just FYI, I think the new episode came out today. So you probably have one when you're, like, I think it's only going to be one, though, but you should have one whenever you get the time next to watch some TV. I think there should be one.
I gotta try to get through Wonder Man first.
There it is. Well, listen, That's only like another 15 minutes, and then you'll be through.
All right, have a
So,
good one.
hey, appreciate y'all. Later.
Later.
So, and then there were two. So Moses, man, let's have a conversation about the differences between the book and the show, because like, which I will say that, uh, oh, actually, you brought it up where you were basically saying like, to a degree, it almost feels like the show could almost be like the beginning of what ends up happening in the book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Or I was asking if if you guys watching feel that like that could be it. Like if you read the two,
Hmm. Right.
um,
And
I don't.
it does come across like that because Lord knows, like, there's no characters in common or
Yeah,
anything that I saw. Like, I feel like all the characters that are in the show are different characters than what we see in the book.
yeah, yeah. No, they're definitely different, but they're spiritually, or at least the detectives are somewhat spiritually. Like I don't know if,
Hmm.
well, clearly the detectives weren't fucking in the comic, But yeah,
Right.
but yeah, that was it. And so yeah, I mean, and that's the thing where it's like if it's something so different, why bother like adapting it? I feel like it was
Right.
like Ryan Murphy's the other under contract to FX. Like, oh, you got to do a show. He's like, but I really want to do this show.
Hmm.
And it's like, no, well, you got to do one for us. Okay, here we got this script that we bought an option for. Here,
Hmm.
you do it, and he just did it his way. Um, because
Yeah.
like he does really good shows that are actually better uh than like the stuff he does for FX, like on Netflix. You know,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
yeah, he did the Nurse Ratched show that was really
Mm.
good, and then he did the Rock Hudson like biopic that's not really. It's like inspired by his life, like a fictionalized story of
Right.
Rock Hudson's life, like being closeted gay. That was really
Got it.
good too.
Hmm.
And I forgot what else he did. And then he did like the Johnny Versace show, like of his killing, and then the trial of OJ
Hmm.
show, American Crime Story. Like,
Right.
so he
Right.
does a lot of shows, and like I feel like he took a break, and then they wanted him back doing American Horror Story again, and it's like,
Hmm.
and then even those like he's like, let's just cast Kim Kardashian. And it's like, nobody wants to see that. Like,
Yeah.
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 Although she wasn't
So.
terrible in it, but yeah, it's just a vapid person that I don't want to see. Like
Oh, okay. Like,
a
I
vi-
haven't seen the show, but I
yeah,
definitely have heard that it wasn't a good show, and
yeah,
so,
it's just the vomitous
I don't,
person.
and some of that might just be people just not fan of Kim Kardashian,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, it's like, what's she got to work for? Like, give another actor a job. Like, let the show be better with somebody else. Uh,
yeah. So, um, but yeah, one of the changes is, or well, yeah, one of the changes is definitely where they're at in the process of the
uh,
virus and how well it's known, which is another thing Joe mentioned before he left,
uh,
where, you know, in the comic, it's a known quantity. Uh, in this show, no, like, people don't know anything about it. Seemingly, like, the general populace doesn't know about it. The authorities don't seem to know anything about it. It's just a handful of people that actually know what the beauty is and how it works. Um, and so, you said you saw how many episodes, Mo?
two.
Two. Okay, yeah. And so, there's definitely a little bit of a little bit more of a clandestine kind of thing happening, it feels like, in the TV show. Um, Even though there's an element of that in the comic, but
Yeah,
it's not quite as out or up front, I guess,
or
as it is in
stylish.
the. Yeah, yeah, definitely not as upfront,
Because
definitely not as
over here, it's like
stylish.
I'm watching uh, a vampire walk through Venice, get killed by a guy from the Matrix. Like, and that's, I think, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is like a Ryan Murphy. I don't know how much input he had in it, but when I see his name, I know I'm gonna see some dramatic, stylized shit that
Mm-hmm.
like doesn't add to the story. It just looks nice. And it's like it's dramatic. It's like it's like like and I get it. Like if you're a theater nerd, like if you're the set painter, you want the set to look good. If you're a costume designer, you want
Right.
it to. If you're a choreographer, you want your dancer to dance and do the splits. So I get like why everything looks the way it is, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
with a story like The Beauty, like you literally don't need that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they put the action in anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I'm not mad at it. It's interesting, like the contrast, because like even reading further into the comic, it's like there are some action sequences, but that's really not what that book is about.
yeah.
But the Beauty TV show definitely seems like each episode pretty much has like a set piece, at least, like an action set piece. Um Another difference
That
is,
fight though with the dude, like
yeah,
with the
where
one
he's fighting
detective
two
was,
guys.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was really
Yeah.
good. Like, I
It was a
can't, I
good
can't,
fight. I
I
agree.
can't
Like
be mad
I
at
was like,
that.
man,
Yeah.
it was well done. And I was
Although
just
he
like,
went like, let me
man.
go hide from these people where there's a big red light. Like
Well, listen, I just gave him credit for like
fighting
acting
with
like a,
the zip.
well, that was amazing. Yeah, that he was like fighting with the zip ties too, but like one thing that doesn't happen in a lot of fights, especially when you're fighting multiple people, is everybody's like Billy Badass, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna beat these two guys up and just like take them out.
Yeah,
And this guy was fighting two people and like subdued them and tried to run away. He tried to separate himself from the
yeah,
situation, which if you're fighting two people or more, that's what you do. Like
yeah,
you subdue and then you escape, because you're
yeah.
like, why fight two, three people? Like, like it doesn't make sense. Like you have to be
It'd be
like
dumb to
you
stay there. Uh,
yeah.
but you know what's even dumber than staying there? Is it time a dude over his shoulder so he could hip toss you? Like, it's like what? Okay, I know exactly where his hands are, even though my head is under a bag. And they probably didn't even
Yeah.
put gasoline in the bag. You got to put gasoline in the bag so they start running out of breath quick. So
Oh, I
and
didn't
then
know that was a thing. Oh,
oh
jeez.
yeah, yeah, no, me neither. Yeah.
But yeah, man, like I was like, wow, like it was a good fight. It was a real good fight. Um, Another thing that was different is the and Joe mentioned this as well, is the way that they portray the side effects from the beauty. So in the comic, you're definitely like we mentioned, like a spontaneous combustion type deal.
Mhm.
In this show, they have people literally just like exploding,
Yeah,
which I mean, I guess you could see that as like spontaneous combustion.
yeah,
Um, but I would think of it as different, because it's literally like one is like people like popping, like bursting like a balloon, basically,
yeah,
and which is what they kind of how they portray the effect in the TV show, and in the comic, it's more like burning alive from the inside
yeah.
out.
And it sucks because in the trailer for the show, like they show the image of like somebody burning from the inside. Like
Hmm.
I don't know if you caught that. But
Yeah. You're right, and yeah, and who knows? Maybe that.
and maybe it'll
I
happen later. Or, yeah.
Maybe. Oh, but and yeah, maybe it'll happen later. I don't know. It's interesting. Like, but I am with Jay in the sense that I do feel like the burning from the inside out is a more interesting kind of thing to like a more interesting visual, even though it would be harder for me to watch, definitely.
Yeah.
But I do find it more interesting, and because I read the comic, I'm like, oh, like I was interested in seeing what that was, how they're going to portray that in the show. And then when it turned into them just like being like really wanting water and then bursting, like exploding, basically, I was like, oh, that like I did find that a little disappointing, even though the effect is done decent enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I could totally understand like that very well could be a budget thing,
Mm.
because making people burn up, making it like, I mean, just fire by itself is
Yeah.
expensive,
And
right?
making it look
And
real, like,
right,
and
right,
even if you use real fire, like controlling it is
right.
unpredictable. Like just
Not
safety
only
for safety. Yeah.
exactly. So there's
Yeah.
all types of considerations when it comes to fire, whether it be real or digital, it's like it can be a headache, but
Yeah.
it is a more interesting effect in my mind,
Yeah, yeah. Um,
especially if it's done well.
how do you feel like about the difference in transformation? Like the cocooning in the TV show versus like the show you just wake up, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean with the
and
comic you
that
just wake up, sorry.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, and this is like kind of goes back to what you were saying, where you're like, there's like a body horror element, and like that there that's definitely something that they're doing in the show, that like the comic, at least from what I read, like the early issues of the comic,
Yeah.
it's just not that at all. Like literally, like you said, you basically will sleep one day and then wake up and you look good. Um and I mean, I don't dislike the more like aggressive transformation. And thematically, I feel like it works because like even like they say that in like the first episode where you have Home Chick basically just saying, you know, beauty is pain.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is like a theme. Yeah, it's definitely a theme of the
Mhm.
show. And I
Yeah.
feel like, you know, they're trying to express that in the course of this transformation, where like, yeah, you're gonna look great, but you have to go through some things first, you know, in order to get to that. And yeah, it looks terrible. Like, I mean, I'm just like, not only is it like just a thing where it's just like, oof, like I don't think I would
Yeah.
want to experience that, even if I was like hyper attractive on the other end of it, right? Like if even if there was no other side effects, you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't know if I want to, because it looks like they're like literally breaking like every bone in their body. And yeah, sure, it's
Yeah.
temporary, but I think I'm good.
And that's yeah, and I feel like that's one of the departures almost from the source material, but
Hmm.
I do understand that from the visual medium that television is, like
Right.
you gotta hype the people up, especially if you wanna play commercials, you know, like,
Hmm.
so
Right.
and that's
Right.
why you have that chase instead of just, like, a somber scene in the subway,
Hmm.
for the
Right.
first
Right.
explosion, and
Hmm.
and the transformation too, like, you gotta make it more dramatic, and
Hmm.
so it's like, I wouldn't tally that up to the gaying it up, that's more like the medium of television, like, comics,
Hmm.
like, they could describe it like, the comics describe everything the show does, even if it's not that the same, but it describes almost everything when it comes to the virus in, like,
Hmm.
one page over, like, 7 caption boxes, and then you
Right.
know exactly what's happening. In the show, you gotta watch the first episode, and then you still kinda don't know exactly how it's happening,
It's true.
and then I think that's part of, like I feel like even though they are more serialized stories, but in television, you gotta make it visually dramatic too, not just
Right.
the imagination. Because with the reading it, the imagination takes over,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like even with comics, we fill in the gaps in between the panels, right?
Right,
So
yeah, like, even the
yeah.
explosion, all you see is, like, her and then just but you don't see, like you imagine her face, like, contorting before, like, if
Hmm.
that, or, like, her head moving back,
Right.
before she
Right.
blows up.
So you got anything else you want to say about the beauty before we do some ratings, Moses?
Nah, man. I mean, like, I enjoy them both. Like, I didn't like how to say as different as it was from the original series. I wish it wasn't, but what they did give
Hmm.
me was done well. And again, it's like yeah, they dramaed it up with all the looks and everything, but it's still like it's a highly produced show. Like just the locations, like it's
Yeah.
like the comic didn't need
Yeah,
all
yeah.
those locations, like
Yeah,
like
right,
so
right.
like and that's what like it's a good experiment. Like I think I'm gonna try to get somebody to like sell their rights to like 3 different networks and see how they put it together. Like the or
Right.
3 different people, like because and I'll produce all of them. And just see the visuals. Like if like let's say like the dude that did like iRobot, like
Mm-hmm.
not iRobot, like the dude that did Mr. Robot. Like if he were doing this, how would the
Oh,
show look?
got
You
you.
know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
even the Ryan Murphy, like I would like to see his take on something else. You know, like perfect example would be like that comic. Remember Resurrection, the Mark
I
Guggenheim
do
like
remember
alien. So
Resurrection.
like, and you know how
Mm-hmm.
like every like miniseries was like a different. It's almost like an anthology series. Like that would be perfect for television now because you get three different shows. Like after The Walking Dead, like how they did it. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like yeah, having like like a Ryan Murphy do a Resurrection or that
Yeah.
dude. Oh, fuck, I forget my boy's name, man. Uh,
You talk about the dude from Mr.
from Mr.
Robot?
Robot, yeah, and then like the dude from Dark,
Is it was it Asmali? Sam
Yeah,
Asmali
I
or
think that's it. That's Mali. Yeah, something like that. I
yeah.
know. I remember it was a Arabic name, but I just didn't want to mispronounce it out of respect for the dude.
Yeah,
'Cause
and I might have done it
such a
already,
good. Yeah, I
so
let you do it.
apologies if
Yeah, I know
that's the
you're an
case. Yeah,
asshole
but
like
the
that. I'm
show's
not. That's
amazing.
not me. My mom raised me different. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Don't laugh too hard,
So
man.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be like an interesting experiment. Like it'd be expensive experiment because what
It
if
would be.
what if people just don't like the show, like the concept?
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. But
Yeah.
before we rate this and then get out of here, I just want to shout out which I think Oz mentioned before too, but again, just want to reiterate, shout out to the cast of The Beauty because the cast is pretty amazing. Like everybody
Yeah.
has their own roles to play, and like it's just even the people that play much smaller roles. I was like, they kind of knocked their little short parts out of the park, and
Yeah, and
so it's a lot of very talented people on screen making this happen, and seemingly a lot of really talented people behind the scenes making it happen too.
Ryan Murphy likes to use the dude that plays was it Evan Peters? The dude that
Yeah.
played he uses him a
Hmm.
lot and
Yeah.
he got him young like, early on and I feel like he's
Hmm.
just developed into this great actor like and I
Yeah,
think
he's
this has
good.
been his like school and here he's really good and it's like I think they do kind of like scruff him up because I don't know if they're gonna give him the beauty or something, so
Hmm.
they have to
Right,
scruff him
right,
up, but the dude is
right.
still like he's got that crazy like old school like look for like Steve McQueen style where it's like he could
Mhm.
be charming without having to be super good looking and still be like a leading man, like and he's
Right,
like one of those
right.
and then now with his acting chops like he's really like
Mhm.
his performance in this is really like top notch, yeah.
I agree. I agree. All right, cool, man. So Moses Magnum, what would you rate The Beauty?
I'd give it a 4.
Okay.
Uh,
Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I really liked it. Like, and I'm shocked by, some of the elements that I was able to like be okay with. So,
and even the
but it
departures, like, they still make
yeah, yeah.
them for what they give you, they make them work, and
I agree.
it's like and the show looks expensive. Yeah.
It does.
Although
I
it
agree.
did cut a lot of corners, and just from being, I guess I am a Ryan Murphy fan because just from watching like even like when they're at the beginning they're typing on a computer, and I'm like,
Mhm.
that's just the sound effect from the opening of the first season of American Horror Story. And I told that to Emily, like, I was gonna say that. Like, 'cause she's like, that's that exact same sound. Like, it's just a
That's
sound
funny.
effect that they isolated from the music. And then a lot of like ambient music is like the
Mhm.
stuff that they probably cut out of the intros of the other seasons,
Mhm. Yeah.
intros, and it's like and they just use it as ambient music and then like, take different layers and just reuse them like and
Mhm.
it was like it not a knock on the show but it's like yeah they got to pay for those trips to Italy like
Right,
you know
exactly. Exactly. All right, man. It's time for us to get out of here. Moses back. Why don't you hit me with some final thoughts, my friend?
oh man just subscribe, like, hit the bell. We might have some more heavy metal minutes in the shorts, so check those out. And yeah, we got more stuff coming down the pipeline, WonderCon being soon and all that.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm excited for some heavy metal minutes, man. Keep them coming. So, okay. With that said, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you. We'll be back next week. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you would like to see more of, because we'll listen. And with that said, we are the Fantastic Forum. We'll be
Hex
back
has the
next
final
week.
thought.
Oh, what did Hex final thought?
This is
Hex
my final.
says, "Bam."
This is my final thoughts. Or I found a new wrestling comic from Image.
Oh, okay. Not mad at that. Not mad at that.
Next
All right.
week.
Next week, we'll be back. Until then, good night.
The following may contain language
Uh-oh.
which will be